I met a gypsy.
It's a good example of that, right? Like you lose 3 titles in a row to Villa, 4 in a row.
4 in a row
to Villo.
Yeah.
And then you go and win the next 3. You know, so it's like, I think another thing with failure that people don't often consider is like, you either win or you learn.
Yeah.
Like, because you can learn an awful lot more from defeat than you can from victory. And, you know, like that victory put you in it had its own problem of like, now I'm even more scared to lose this, you know, because I'm the guy, you know. So it's like, I think that, you know, you probably had some of your most, you know, educational years in those years where Villo did his thing.
It was. And I think when I look back, if I could have had a more of a perspective of like, yes, we want to win races and win championships, but like everything that you're going through is making you better and stronger, and your character, your integrity, all these things, like, because ultimately racing's going to be done and you're taking with you
the skills that you picked up along the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, and it's just shaping you to, you know, like 2008, having to blow it, like really blow it in order to learn to get it right. Like, it's okay, you know, like, everybody comes up short, and then you learn, and then you come back better, and you learn and come back, but don't like sit in like the defeat. You know, it's all to make you better, right?
Yeah. How hard was Villo to deal with as a rival?
He was just,
because that's some of the most epic.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best rivalries in the sports history.
He just was. He always had this little extra speed, this little bit extra, you know, and I feel like he knew me well enough to like know my strengths and know like, all right, I can't let this or this happen. Like he knew how to play it. And over the course of a championship, he was just tough too. Mentally, he was really, really tough. Like you weren't going to break him, especially not after like 2010 Villo. I don't think he was putting in the work. Kind of started to let his guard down a little bit, and I was able to capitalize on that. He ended up getting hurt, which unfortunately, but then he comes back in 2011, hungry, working with Eldon. I mean, all these things, and not to mention he was mentally tough, and now he's got Eldon. He's physically stronger now, so he's even more mentally prepared, and so he had this little extra speed. So I could get him like here and there, I could like. But the majority, he just kind of had that one up on me. And I think I struggled to feel like even if I beat him one race.
You got to race him next week.
He's like, all right, cool, you got me there. Like mentally, I couldn't get him.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like
couldn't break him.
Even if you beat him one time, he could be like, yeah, cool, good work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
No. And I just was like,
yeah, that's got to be shit.
Yeah. It was like, so, yeah, he was a good rider. And, but I always felt we had this level of respect for each other, and, I never had to worry about him or whatever doing, but he was better than me for sure. I don't want to say like I was a better rider. Like he always was a better rider than me. Even as amateurs, you know, he just had that one up, you know. So I tried to like capitalize on the moments where I could, but hoping that I could but I think I was already mentally beat because I felt like he had Eldon and his setup was so perfect, and I was searching, and yeah.
Crazy to live through that though.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty amazing thing to go through with a guy like that, and since you were kids.
Yeah. But you know, it's funny. We were at Gatorback, and this was like 1997 or something, or maybe 98. And I remember we were in line waiting to go out for practice, and it just so happened it was me and him sitting on the bike, and him and my dad just started talking. And I had never heard of Villopotto. But I remember that day, Villopotto. And from that moment on, like, you're gonna know who Villopotto was, you know, and
wow,
it's just like I'd never heard of him, and then we parents talk, and anyway, so kind of a cool story, but yeah, he's just a good friend, good person, good family, and just always had a lot of respect for him, how he operated, and yeah, just a good guy to like know, even though he was tough to beat, it was nice to go up against him every single weekend, you know?
Yeah, no, I could see that, eh? What did you think when he retired?
I thought it was kind of all of a sudden. I know that he was, I think he was kind of, I don't know, maybe over it, like kind of like I'm done. I didn't think he was, I thought he was going to be racing outdoors that year, but I had already, you know, he kind of missed a year at outdoors, came back, missed. So kind of was all of a sudden. But you know, that's what it was. Yeah.
Did it make you think about retirement earlier, or just it didn't have any effect on?
No, I knew I wasn't ready to retire. I mean, that wasn't even in my mind. I mean, I was struggling to win championships to beat him, but it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't there yet. No.
Yeah, okay. Because yeah, you wonder, like, when you see guys around you, your era and your and you're like, hey, wait, what does this mean? Like, I just don't know if it affected your thinking at all.
No, it was kind of I don't know, to know he wasn't going to be lining up anymore. It was different, you know, and then you got a guy like Kenny who comes in, you know, that's why you can't think, all right, this is outdoors going to be easy. And
because there's just always someone else.
Yeah. Kenny moves up and Kenny's, you know, wins the outdoors that year and edges me out for that. And it's like, well, geez, you know, like, so it's just once that guy leaves, you got another guy coming, and it's just like, you can't, that was the one thing I learned, is you can't underestimate anybody. If you do that, they'll surprise you. And then you're already, you're not in a good spot. You're not prepared for that.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.